Welcome back, mini truckers and mini truckettes. Get a lot of questions about this topic: oils, gas, when to change your oil, what filters you use, any additives or whatever. So, first thing I'm going to talk about is what gas to use. Typically a ethanol-free 90 octane or higher for your carbureted engines. Fuel injected engines just as well as the carbureted. So whatever you can find ethanol-free, that's the best to use. As far as a gasoline additive, a cleaner, lubrication, we're going to use Marvel Mystery Oil. Marvel Mystery Oil will clean and lubricate carburetors, clean out the gunk that the ethanol leaves behind. It also will lubricate fuel injectors, so it'll clean the fuel injector, lubricate them, make them spray better. We really don't know what's in this Marvel Mystery Oil. It's a mystery, so we just know that it works and it works well. The very next thing is gear lubricant, which would be transmission, front and rear differential. This is just SuperTech 8090. If you want to use a 7590 or something of that nature, it's fine too. Just don't go any heavier than 90 weight. That is the most forgotten about oil to change in everything. So if you have a truck that has, a 60 or 80,000 kilometers, it's pretty safe to think that it probably hadn't been changed. It's probably the factory oil that was put in it from new. If it has been changed, great. If not, change it. Do it once a year, especially if you're driving 55 miles an hour or 60 miles an hour a lot. Change your gear lubrication. So engine oil, I like to use Rotella T4. Rotella T4 has a lot of zinc and vitamins and minerals from dinosaurs and different things like that in it. That's good for your older engines. If you have an engine that's 30 years old, you don't want to use a synthetic. You want to use a conventional oil. The conventional oil doesn't have the cleaning agents in it, and it doesn't have the high flow rate as a synthetic oil. So your old seals, it's not going to clean everything off of them and find its way through. Where synthetic has cleaning agents in it, and it's going to clean all the gunk and residue off of those rubber seals that are probably hard, and it's going to find a way out eventually. So keep that in mind. Newer trucks, you can run synthetic in it all day. Just run a 10W30 or a 5W30, depending on what time of year it is. Summertime, use a 10W30. Wintertime, use a 530, whatever you'd like to do. As far as oil filters, these two fit everything. So the K&N 1003, it fits a Suzuki and Daihatsu. So Suzuki Daihatsu only fits the 1003. Everything else gets the K&N 1010. I choose the 1010 over the 1008 because of the height. If you can see how much height difference there is between the 1010 and 1003, it isn't much, but it makes a difference, especially in a small engine like this. Your 1008 is the crossover to the 1010, and it's just as tall as a 1003. So they have a higher flow rate, better filtration. Inside the cage that holds the filter, it's open. It's going to flow the oil through way easier than something that has a full metal cage in it. Now here's a Daihatsu oil filter. And here's the 1003 that I would typically use. 1003 is about the same size and height, and it's not quite as big in diameter, but there's plenty of room on the truck's oil filter housing to set this gasket on there and not have any issues. But as you can see, how many ports of entry we have around here versus the 6 holes. And on the inside of this one has a perforated cage where the oil has to be pumped through. So it's more restrictive than the can end. The less restriction in the filter, the better. Better flow, better filtration. The engines for these things are they're not cheap to rebuild. They're not cheap to buy or reman. So the better you can keep your oil changed out, the better it's going to be in the long run. And you want to change your oil, I would say, it really depends on how you drive the truck. If you're driving 55, 60 miles an hour consistently, it's an everyday driver for you, change it every 2,000 kilometers. Because that oil does get hot, it does break down. You do have a lot of gases coming in from the combustion chamber, and that's why your oil turns black. So keep your oil changed very frequently if you're driving at a higher rate of speed. Lower rate of speeds, you're on a farm, you're putting around town, I would say change it 3,000 to 4,000 kilometers, keeping the RPMs down. Running a high speed, you're running at least 5,000 RPM out of an engine that redlines at around 7. So if you're running fast, change it all out pretty frequently. That goes with your gear oil too. If you run 55, 60 miles an hour frequently, change this out once a year. It's not going to hurt anything. A gallon of this is like $20. So it's good insurance. It's going to make your gears a lot happier. Everything's splash lubricated, so keep it fresh. There's no filters there other than a plug. Like your drain plug will have a magnet on it that catches any debris or anything that's in there. So keep that clean. Keep your oil changed. And another thing that you guys really need to research is the ProLube oil treatment. I don't believe oil is enough alone. So you use the oil treatment from ProLube. It's got all kinds of different minerals and zincs and stuff that your engine needs. It presses into the metal. It makes a slicker surface on the metal and makes it run freer. And you can add it to anything that takes oil. Add it to your transmission, your differentials, hydraulic power steering. You're going to notice a difference in your manual transmissions and your power steering. Your manual transmissions are just going to fall into gear a lot easier. Power steering, you're going to notice that in probably the first 5 minutes of driving, how much easier the power steering is. So you guys take this information and do with it what you will. But this is everything that I use, how I use it. And, I've done the video before, so I just wanted to update it. I still get a lot of questions, and I just think that it's a very cheap investment to do with your engines. It's a very good insurance. So just keep your oils changed. Run a 10W30, a good oil filter, and check out ProLubeOil.com. Get on their YouTube, get on their TikTok, and check out the comparisons they do with different oil additives and how ProLube stands up to them and how everything else doesn't. So appreciate you guys being here. Keep the mini truck wheels rolling. Keep these engines running, and we'll see you on the next one.